Hello YouTube. Right. Guess what this is? I saw a few years ago, I saw from a Dutch artist a project he did, and some of you might know this, and you may know that they're called kinetic sculptures, or they're called StrandBeests. Effectively what they are they self-propelled sculptures. This one particularly uses wind power. I think most of them use wind power, and I found out that they do model kits for these items. So what we've got here is one of the model kits of all the bits and pieces I've got to do to build my own mini StrandBeest. Yes, and there's lots of videos on basically people buying them and then running them. I've not been able to find anybody that's actually put one together on the video, showing people how to put it together. The instructions are, let's just say, minimal. Is there a middle page? Oh, there is. The instructions are minimal and complicated. And written instructions is not my best way of learning. So what I've done is I've already checked the kit over to make sure they're all there and everything is there. So what I've got to do is I've got to unpack this and get them off the holders. Well, you also need a crafting blade, scalpel. I used to use scalpels when I was a kid for this sort of thing. Medical scalpels, brilliant. But Stanley knives, they're called Stanley knives because it's a Stanley knife. It's got Stanley on it, look. But yeah, a knife and a pair of scissors apparently. I'm also going to add a small hand file, just a fine grade hand file, because it's got to move, something like that. And I'm going to use my multi-tool as well. So my big ass multi-tool. Hey. That's what I'm going to use for this project. So when I take a piece off, as you've just seen, I'm just going to smooth the edges very, very lightly. You can use sandpaper. I'm going to use a file. You can also, this is another way of doing it, is gently run a sharp blade over the area. And that should smooth it off. There we go. You can hear it working. Yeah. Until you're happy with it. So now I have approximately 150 pieces to do this too. So I better get on with it. Right, they're all done. Cleaned them all up. I'm quite happy with that. So what we'll do is we'll do the next bit. Now I am following the instructions. I know that's not a done thing, but the instructions are important. So what we've got is on this side of the table, I've got them in order, and it's A, B, C. They are actually labelled on the tabs A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So they are labelled in a way. So I'm supposed to take assembling the legs of the mini StrandBeest, and it's the first bit, and it's part A, which is this little thing here with the little tab. This is basically your bottom leg. So what we're going to do is we take the feet. Now these are rubber and they do come apart quite easily, and what we do is take this little piece of rubber and we slide it into the hole. Now it says use a piece of metal, but I think my fingers are going to be strong enough to do this, maybe. Do it the other way, see if it goes in easier. And slide it in, so it's nice and flush. It says take this little part here and push it in. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. And that's the foot. So that's basically going to sit like that, and that's going to help move it. So that's the foot. And you have to do all the other ones of this one. So I've done two so far. So we'll do that. Right, now we've got the upper leg triangles. And that's part B and part C. Now you see this protuberance here, a little piece of plastic, that's to go that way. And you've got a little protuberance going up like that, and you've got the other protuberance up like that. We're going to connect to the larger of the two. The larger of the two. And so basically, we got that. We slot it through, and it says just turn it 90 degrees, and it's on. It doesn't click into place, it does move, and you can take it off quite easily. But it says rotate it 90 degrees, which is like that. So we can leave it like that and do the rest of them. Right. You've just put on this part here, and we're still working on B. We just put on part C. We're now on part D, which is the small connector rod, which is this little one here. It goes that way, so you can see the bowl. And it goes on the protuberance on the other side of B, and it should hang like that. So if you can have a look at that. So basically you've got the two lower ones hanging there, and you've got to do this with the rest of them. You're putting on the lower leg, so there's your lower leg. You've got a hole here and a protuberance here. So I'm guessing the instructions again are not so clear, but because they're opposite sides, so this is the lower side, let's say this is the lower side, this is on the high on the high side, that if the leg's like that, you can see that goes through there, through the hole there. Go on, you know you can do it, that's it. And the other one goes on a protuberance. There we go. Go on, there we go. And so you've got the leg, and that's how the leg should look. So you've got the foot at the bottom, the two rods there, the lower leg and the upper leg, and that's how it should look. According to the diagram, that's correct. According to the diagram. Two holes, yep. You've got two little holes there. You've got the protuberance there. So yeah, that's the right way. That's the way it's supposed to look. So I have to do the others. Right. Got one built, and the action is correct. And the second one, the crankshaft has to slot into there. Yep, that's right. There we go. So then it turns. So in order to do that, the main frame with that at the bottom is these male connectors need to be able to go into there. So it has to be in that direction. So like that. So with the crankshaft, we pop that into first position, so this goes into the female slot there, and these three go into the female slots there. To put the leg together, so you've got these protuberances going that way, and it has to marry up with a small protuberance on the end of the crankshaft there. You take your leg, so you take your leg, foot at the bottom, into that hole there. You take F, onto this protuberance here in the middle. So you've got the foot at the bottom there, and then you've got this protuberance. So that slides on there. Just keep that together, and that goes onto the crankshaft. Clicks on. Then you take part E. There we go, that's part E, which is the straight one. Pop that onto the protuberance there, and that clicks, get into position, also onto the crankshaft nearest the frame. And you take the other leg, which I've already got part E connected, foot on the bottom, that slides on there like that. Now part E goes the furthest away from the frame. So it's the third one along at the moment. Then you take part F, slide that onto its counterpart. There we go. And you've got a smooth side to part F. Smooth side to smooth side, and put it next to part F on the crankshaft. So you've got smooth side to smooth side, and that should just click on. So smooth side to smooth side, so you've got the smooth side there of F and F, and E's and E, and then once you've done all that, it is quite fiddly. Here we go. Here we go. You've got male to female connectors there. Click that onto the frame and slot them into place. There we go. And push fit. So effectively that should then rotate. And you can see the action of the legs there. And do that all the way down. There we go. Right, so when you slot them together, it should do that, but we haven't finished yet. So what we do is we pop them apart in the centre. There we go. Now apparently we turn this, we take the elastic band, we double loop it, and then we put it over the end of the shaft. We marry the two shafts together, so the feet are in different places. They've got to be in different places. In the same places this won't work. But as you can see, the loop carries over the frame, so we'll put that bit together first, then we'll marry up the crankshaft. There we go, and then we'll slot it together. There we go, that's that done. And then what you do, so basically we've got that, and as you turn it, it should actually move, which is doing. So it means you've put it together the right way. And we've got some shafts to put into place. Now insert shaft long. I've got two long ones and a short one. So we've got insert shaft 1 into this hole here, all the way down. So basically we're inserting it into that hole there, and we put it all the way down, and we do the same the other side. And just slide it along, and it should just stick out of the ends. So the long shaft is now put together. We take the elastic band and we do that. So you've got this little protuberance, the protuberance there, elastic band. Take a hoop. Come on. This is the problem with elastic bands. There we go. Put a finger there. One there. One there. And that actually holds the frame together, from what I can see. So now we've got something that holds together, which is good. So you've got these little stoppers, and they go over the ends like so. Like so. Like so. Do the other end. So one, like so. Like so. And they're just a push fit. Okay, now the wind turbine. Now as you can see, there's little holes in those that you have to pop out. And we've got the double-sided double-sided, so we need, probably use glue, but you've got protrusions on the end of the T's, and you put it over the top of the protrusion, like so. And you take a second one, and you put it as the T, so you've got the T, so you can see there, it's over the top of the protrusion, and there you are. And you've got to do that for all of them. Peel off the second side of the double-sided, and you take the turbine, line it up with the protuberances, and stick it into place. And because of the T's curved, it should give it the curving effect you need. Once that's in place, do that with the rest of them. Right, so you've got the wind turbine. I've actually glued them on. The reason I glued them on is because the tape just didn't stick. It just would not stick. Giving a coat, using a small coat of glass cleaner beforehand will solve that problem. But you get this in the kit, which is basically a large rubber tube, piece of plastic, and a plastic tube. And what that does is it slots over the end of the machine, and you can move this machine by turning the tube. And so you can see if it's working, but we want it to work by wind power, because that's how they were designed. Now, I'd be tempted to give this a coat of oil, but I'll do that afterwards. Well, that's not bad going. That slots over the end. Now it seems that it doesn't matter which side you choose, from what I can gather. So you take the gear shaft, which is, what is it called? Where is it? Gear shaft is called cogwheel shaft. So basically the cogwheel shaft. That's the flange, little rubber tube, and then you've got this long rotating shaft here. They aren't actually part of the machine, but it goes into the top hole here, goes through that, and it goes through the second one on the second frame as well, and then you turn it 90 degrees, it's locked in. That is locked in. You take the smaller of the two cogs and you slot that over the crankshaft. So that's the crankshaft there. You've got the two little tabs there, and you've got the tab on there, and that should slide over, so as you can see there, and that rotates all the legs. And you've got this cog here, and you've got this inner cog here, and that's to connect with this cog, the cog that's already on there, and that clips, hopefully, over that piece of plastic, but it's very tight till it snaps into place. I really don't want to do it like that, but it says basically just click it in, but it's very tight. Oh, there we go, it's in. Now I'll line the two cogs. So the top cog, it does. Top cog rotates the shaft. Now this is the clever bit. You've got this metal shaft here, and that goes in there. You take your wind turbine, slide that onto the shaft, and you've got this little piece of rubber tube which goes over the top of the shaft. Now I'd be tempted to pull the shaft out push that on, nice and full, and done that. And that should be doing it. Oh, it bloody works. So when you blow into it, it should move. It bloody works. Yes. I'd say that's a working machine. So you've got this here, the tube with a little flange. It fits over the end of the other end of the shaft here. That's quite tight. And then you just turn. Oh, that is good. It shouldn't be clicking. See what's happening there. So basically there are minor adjustments. That's it. That you can make. There we go. So you can use this to check that that nothing's fouling up. From what I can see, there was a little bit of fouling there. I can still see there's a little bit of the metal shaft, the two metal shafts sticking out. So what I do is I stick it out. So it's now sticking out more prominently at that end, and that should do it. There we go. It works. That's it. That's how to make one. Anyway, goodbye YouTube.